Okay, Shalom. As always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi, in the name of the Lord and Savior. Give you thanks to the Most High and the Father, by Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi, by Him, by Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi, in the name of the Lord and Savior. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior, who is King of Kings and Power of Powers. So that's what I want to do today. I want to deal with Mashayach Yahawashi as King. Past, the present, and the future. Always. So let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter in the Apocrypha, and we're going to look at verse 41. 2nd Ezra 2 and 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Meaning the number of the 12 tribes of Israel is fulfilled. The law of the Most High. Salakia. Beseech the power of the Most High that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed, or we may be made holy. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Most High with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? What are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, these mortal bodies, and put on the immortal, meaning the immortal bodies, and have confessed the name of the Most High Mashayach Yahawashi by Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, who is Mashayach Yahawashi, whom they have confessed in the world. So it's very important for you to be one of these 1/3 or the 144,000 that's going to come out of the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, that you confess him in this world we're in now. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for Yahweh B'Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi. So this is very important. As you see, those that are going to be crowned to be of the 144,000 are going to stand so stiffly for B'Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi, or Yahweh B'Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi, or the Most High B'Hashem Mashayach Yahawashi, in the name of the Lord and Savior. Point blank. Because he said you're going to be hated for what? His name's sake. It's just not his name. It's the power that comes in his name, in the name of the Lord and Savior. So let's look at our Mashayach Yahawashi is King in the past, the present, and the future. Go to Psalms, the 2nd chapter. We're going to read verse 6 and 7. Psalms 2 and 6. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. And Zion represents the 12 tribes of Israel. I will declare the decree, the Most High have said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. First Timothy 6 and 14 and 15. He is our King, Mashayach Yahawashi, forever and ever and ever. The past, the present, and the future. 1 Timothy 6 and 14. Mashayach Yahawashi died for the 12 tribes of Israel. First Timothy 6 and 14. I would therefore that the... No, that's not it. Select, my Bible is wore out here. It says that thou keep this commandment without spot, unrebukable, until the appearing of our power of Mashayach Yahawashi. He's coming. He's going to appear. When he appears, we got to be without spot, unrebukable. Without spot meaning you are sinless. You're not committing sins. That's how, but how you not going to commit sin if you think that you're not under the law. And you don't fear the Most High. To fear the Most High, you're going to do what's right. Because you know that he will visit you and tear you up. Or he'll deal with you any kind of way. He'll get you where it hurts. He know what we like and what we don't like and what we really praise. And there's some things you praise more than him, even if it's yourself. But he knows a way to get you, because he knows exactly how your mind thinks. Look at Hosea 13 and 9. O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself, but in me is thine help. See, when you understand how we destroyed ourselves by what? Not following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's how we destroyed ourselves. But in the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi is thine help, I will be thy king. Mashayach Yahawashi tells us he'll be our king. Where is any other than that may save thee in all thy cities, and thy judges, of whom thou said, give me a king and princes? I gave thee a king in mine anger, and took him away in my wrath. See, most I say, hey, giving you my son. You don't need a king. But no, we want to be like the other nations. So he said, look, he said, I gave thee a king in mine anger. Why would he say that? Because he wanted us to just follow him, and took him away in my wrath. I mean, Most High give orders. People don't want to do the orders. And you see, I guess y'all can't hear the fact that he said he took him away in his wrath. What does that mean? Guess you think he can't touch you, huh? That's why people don't fear the Most High. Our first king was Saul. So I gave you a king in my wrath. What does that mean? He didn't want to do that. He was angry. at us for one. I mean, you gotta understand. He said, all you need is me. Look at go to 1 Samuel 8. Look at verse 6. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, we the children of Israel, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Most High. And the Most High said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee. So they ain't rejected you, Samuel. But they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. You would have said, they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. Now the Most High chose us. He let us know that he loves us. He chose us from among all the other nations, and we were few in number and everything. Verse 8, according to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me and served other gods, so do they also unto thee. Now therefore hearken unto their voice, howbeit, yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. So the Most High was angry that we rejected him and wanted a mortal man to rule over us. And you see what he said, go to Ecclesiastes 17:17. We want to be like the other nations. Ecclesiastes 17:17. For in the division of the nation, not the integration of the nation, but the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Most High's portion. See? But we chose to be like the other nations. Say, hey man, I'm giving you my son in the spirit. But we chose to have a king to reign over us instead of the Most High. And the Mashayach Yahawashi in the spirit. Isaiah 33. Mashayach Yahawashi is king. Isaiah 33:22. For the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi is our judge, the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi is our lawgiver, the Most High is our king, or Mashayach Yahawashi is our king, he will save us. He's going to save us. So when you see that capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D in Hebrew is Elohim, that's the Most High while Mashayach Yahawashi in the name of the anointed Savior. That's the Most High and the Mashayach Yahawashi, the anointed Savior, who the world calls Jesus Christ, falsely because that's not his name, because the J was invented in 1630 AD. But some use it because they think the people are so ignorant that they don't know who his Hebrew name is or identity is, and saying Mashayach Yahawashi, but nobody ever asked me. They asked me how to say it. Nobody ever asked me who am I talking about. Ever. That's something never been said since the 90s. Zechariah 9:9. Mashayach Yahawashi is king. Zechariah 9:9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation. Lowly, meaning he's humble, and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the fowl of an ass. See? And that's what the Mashayach done when he came on the earth. He said, go get that ass. He came into Jerusalem on an ass. Look at and that was just, just humility, the ultimate humility. Mashayach Yahawashi is king. Oh yeah. Look at Acts 22 and 14. Acts 22 and 14. And he said, the power of our fathers, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob have chosen thee, that thou shouldst know his will, and to see that just one, and should have heard the voice of his mouth, of Mashayach Yahawashi. But thou shalt be as witness unto all men of what thou hast seen and heard. And now why tarriest thou? Arise and be baptized, and wash away thy sins, calling on by Mashayach Yahawashi. Say. Because Paul was against those that taught by Mashayach Yahawashi, but he had to suffer for by Mashayach Yahawashi, our king. Luke 22 and 24. Luke 22, 24. And there was also a strife among them, which of them should be accounted the greatest. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them. So everybody's saying, who's going to be the greatest in hell, in the Roman Empire? And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. They're benefiting from, being lords over the people. But ye shall not be so. So we should not be so. But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger. And he that is chief, as he that does serve. See, that's the spirit that he was bringing to open up our minds to humility. Because the first thing asked was what? Who's going to be the greatest? Who's going to be the greatest? Everybody want to be somebody. Contrary to what he's telling us here and how he was. When you look at Philippians, go to the book of Philippians, verse 2 and 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashayach Yahawashi, who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, meaning he was the son of the Most High, but made himself of no reputation, see? And took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men, and being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself, and became obedient to death, even the death of the cross. So he followed the laws of the Most High. That's how you be obedient. He humbled himself. He didn't make himself of no reputation. But see, they want to know who's going to be the greatest. That's like, hey, I want to be up there. I want to be on the first seat. Judah, number 1, 144,000. First one going to be named is what they saying. That's the greatest. They want to be the greatest. No humility in that. Mashayach said, he that exalt himself shall be abased. Matthew 25. Mashayach Yahawashi is king. Matthew 25, 31. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, 200 million. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. So why do you have to separate the nations one from another if it's okay for everybody to be together? You can be with whoever you want to be with and deal how you want to deal. No, he's going to separate all the nations one from another. I mean, if you're a Chinese, you're going to be with the Chinese. No matter if you're married to Japanese or Korean or Edomite or Israelite, whoever. He's going to separate all the nations one from another. He's going to put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. So when you look at this, he's going to put the sheep, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, said in Matthew 15:24, before he got to chapter 25. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he's going to put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. You look at Daniel's 8:21, it says the rough goat is the king of Grecia. So the goats represent the spirit of the Edomites. So how you have been brain polluted to believe the lies and the false education, the politics and the tricks of the media and all of the things that you deal with that's contrary to being an Israelite. You a goat. You right there with them. I don't care if you call yourself Israelite or not. If you're not putting on the whole culture, the whole mannerism, the laws, statutes, commandments, the faith in the Mashayach, Yahawashi, you just sometimes you ain't no Israelite. You faking it. You just going through formality. And when it comes down, if you don't change and repent and be an Israelite for real, then you're going to be part of the left-hand side. Where the ghost is going to be. Listen. Because he said, all before him will be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, mind you, only 1/3, come, be ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Simple as that. You're going to tell them to come and inherit the kingdom that's prepared for the children of Israel from the foundation of the world. Because he wanted us to be righteous from the beginning of the world. What he's saying, but no, we want to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So that's why we die. Everyone. That's why when you get righteousness, and he bring righteousness on this earth, and all the Israelites going to be righteous, then there's going to be no need. That's why it says when we started, remember, took off the immortal and took off the mortal and put on the immortal. Living forever and ever and ever. Having eternal life. That's the opportunity we have. But it's not an easy task. It's just you can't take this lightly. It's not a religion. This is a way of life. Every day. And if it's not in you, it ain't in you. If it's in you, it's in you. You're going to make sure that you're working toward what it is that you want to see happen. And it's getting closer and closer. These end times are right in front of our face. And people playing around, you're going to be sorry. Like I say, you're going to put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. Just the judgment for those on the left. Verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. See? Because you're part of the devil. Deceitful and evil person. You're going to cast you to the lake of fire. Luke 1:33. Mashayach Yahawashi is king. He coming to judge and make war. Luke 1, the first chapter, verse 31. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Mashayach Yahawashi. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Most High Power shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever. He shall reign over the house of Jacob, who is our forefather, the 12 tribes of Israel forefather, forever. And of his kingdom there shall be no end. See? When this kingdom comes, not going to be any end to his kingdom. Acts 2:29 and 30. Acts 2:29 and 30. Acts 2:29. Men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried. Talking about King David, he's dead and buried. And his scepter is with us unto this day. Because it's over there in Israel, they making money like crazy with it. Just saying it's the shrine of David. Whether it is or not, I can't say. But they have it. See, therefore, being a prophet and knowing that the Most High has sworn with an oath to him. The Most High swore with an oath to King David, that of the fruit of his loins, meaning his sperm, his copulation, his lineage, fruit of his loins, according to the flesh, not according to the spirit, but according to the flesh. You don't know what the flesh is? Pinch yourself. That's your flesh. According to the flesh, he would raise up Mashayach Yahawashi to sit on his throne. He seen this before, spake of the resurrection of a Mashayach. David spoke of the resurrection of a Mashayach, that his soul was not left in hell, neither his flesh did see corruption. See? That's our power of Mashayach Yahawashi. So, Psalms 10 and 16. 16 to 10. Psalm 16 and 10. I believe it is. Psalm 16 and verse 10. Psalm 16 and 10. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Same thing we just read. So Mashayach Yahawashi say he would not leave his soul in hell, neither will he suffer the Holy One of Mashayach Yahawashi to see corruption. From there, look at 1 Samuel 12 and 12. 1 Samuel 12 and 12. And when ye saw that Yahawashi, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you, ye said unto me, Nay, but a king shall reign over us, when the Most High your power was your king. And the Mashayach Yahawashi, the Most High through Mashayach Yahawashi was a king. Now, therefore, behold the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have desired. And behold, the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi have set a king over you. If you will fear the Most High, and serve him, and obey his voice by keeping his commandments, his laws, statutes, and commandments, and not rebel against the commandment of the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi, then shall both ye and also the king that reigneth over you continue following the Most High your power. But if you will not obey the voice of the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi, but rebel against the commandment of the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi, then shall the hand of the Elohim be against you, as it was against your fathers. So he said, hey, he let you know. You either going to do what I say do, or I'm going to whoop your butt. I'm going to tear you up. I'm going to bring forth all the things that I've said and I have already done. Like he said, you're going to remember what I did to your forefathers. I'm going to do the same thing to you. And we fulfilled the last of the curses in coming in the captivity, slavery, and bondage on slave ships, as he told us in Deuteronomy 28:68. We want to follow our own way. People want to do it their own way, just like it is today. Then when the heat gets up, then you want to find out what to do. It's too late. It's gonna be too late because those trying to tell you now, you're not paying attention to, so you're gonna be on your own. Psalms 5 and 2. You know, you're gonna run up in your churches. And you know what the Ku Klux Klan said, they say they know where you're gonna run at. You're gonna run to it. You see, they going up in the churches killing the people. To this day. Unheard of. Just mass murders in churches. So what you think it's gonna get like when it really go down? They said on Jerry Springer, we know where y'all gonna run to. We ready for you. Psalms 5 and 2. Hearken to the voice of my cry, my King, of Mashayach, Yahawashi, my power. For unto thee will I pray. To the Most High, man. Psalms 29 and 10. Because you know, Mashayach Yahawashi told us, no man come to the Father but by him. St. John 14 and 6. You see, some of you just caught up in words. You're not caught up in the spirit of knowing that there is no New Testament. So like when he said it, there's only the Old Testament, the law and the prophets. He's telling them and giving them understanding on how it's been. Psalms 29 and 10. The Most High Mashayach Yahawashi sitteth upon the flood. Yeah. The Most High Mashayach Yahawashi Elohim sitteth king forever. See? The Most High Mashayach Yahawashi will give strength unto his people. The 12 tribes of Israel. The Most High will bless his people with peace. That's what he says he's going to do. But we got to earn it. We've been through it. We've been through a lot as a people. But he still tells us the righteous scarcely going to be saved. So it's not something that's just a cakewalk. Okay, well, you know you're Israelite now, you're going to the kingdom. No, don't believe nobody tell you that. It's going to take work. Because Mashayach Yahawashi say the book's going to be open and you're going to be judged by the works which you have done. Period. So how do you fear the Most High? You're going to keep his laws, statutes, commandments. You're going to make sure that you're on point as much as possible. And don't be led astray. Some of you done went backwards. Psalms 24. I hope you come forward again. Psalms 24 and 7. Lift up your heads. Psalms 24 and 7. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. See? And who's at the gates? The elders, the leaders. So we're saying, lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, the everlasting doors. I mean, you have an opportunity to be a leader forever and ever and ever. And the King of glory shall come in. That's why he told us, go to Revelation 3 and 20. In the spirit, you got to understand. It's all here. The direction, the formula, the way that he wants us to operate from the old to the new and everything in between. Revelation 3 and 20. He said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. He's knocking. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in, just like we just read, to him, and will sup with him, and he with me. What kind of supper would that be? Mashayach Yahawashi say he's going to come and eat dinner with us, and we're going to be able to eat with him. Listen, to him that overcometh. So you got to overcome. Will I grant to sit with me in my throne? Hear that? You overcome what? The wiles of the devil? He said he going to allow us to sit with him in his throne, his power, roots, and authority. Even as I also overcame. He came and was an example. To show you that we can overcome, because he did it. But everybody want to say that was him, but no, he came in the fleshly body just like us. He was tempted just like everybody else. He went through life just like everybody else. He just had a short time. But he had a long enough time for us to read these words as the Most High is coming through him, his only begotten Son, Mashayach, Yahawashi, speak to us in these last days. Tell us that in Hebrews 1 and 2. In these last days spoken to us by his Son, Mashayach, Yahawashi, through the Spirit of the Most High. Said, to him that overcometh, verse 21, will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches, to the children of Israel. Hear what the Spirit is saying to us. You see? But if you don't, then ask the Most High for wisdom to allow you to see this, because you got to overcome, people. And some of you rolling with this entity and don't even realize it. It's natural to you. You see, it's not right. I mean, but you can't help it because it's all you know. It's all you know. Is the ignorance of this world. And that's what satisfies you. Therefore, it's going to be your ruin. It tells you that. That's why I go to 1 Peter 5 and 8. It says, be sober. Sober means focus. Not being no drunkard. Be vigilant. Be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil. This is why you got to be sober, focused, and vigilant. Because your adversary, your enemy, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. That's his job. To seek whom he may devour. Don't let him devour you. That's why you got to know the method of how to rebuke him. It's more than just words. And you ain't living right. You ain't doing what's right. Look at yourself now. Are you an Israelite? Got to look into yourself. Are you really bringing back your culture? Are you really living, learning it, living it, applying it in your life? Not you rolling with the devil. That's why he say, hey, look, you don't sound like no love to me. He say he walking about, walking up and down, to and fro on the earth, seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith. You can't rebuke when you don't believe it. Faith is belief, strong belief. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplishing your brethren that are in the world. Going through the same things. But we know the end result. That's all that matters. The end result. Like I say, taking up this mortal and being able to put on immortality to live forever and ever and ever and rule all the earth. We're going to reign on the earth and rule on the earth. And that's the opportunity we have in righteousness, though, not in this wickedness that we see now. Makes no sense at all. Psalms 24. So you got to overcome. Because the end result is power, and authority on this earth. You got to humble yourself. Matter of fact, go jump up to verse 6 and before you go anywhere. 1 Peter 5 and 6. It says, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. See? But you got to humble yourself before the mighty hand of the Most High. Because he's looking down and seeing everything that's going on. Just because you're Israelite don't give you no special privilege. You gotta earn this. All of us, we gotta earn whatever it is that we get. You give us many opportunities, people. This could be our last opportunity. What else? Psalms 24. Mashayach Yahawashi is king. Psalms 24:7. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Most High Mashayach is strong and mighty, the Most High mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Most High Mashayach Yahawashi of hosts of armies. He is the King of glory. Salah rest. I mean, David was singing songs concerning praising the Most High Mashayach Yahawashi. Like he told us in Psalms 110:1. David knew who his power was. See, most of you don't realize it. As it is written, hopefully you will now. It said, I'll read it like it's written. The Lord said unto my Lord. So that's two Lords there. Sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. So David have a power. Who is who? Well, Mashayach Yahawashi. That's his king. Because he's king over everyone. He come out of his loins, but he's still king over King David too. Because he said, look, he said, the Lord said unto my Lord. That's two Lords. And one is capitalized, one is lowercase. The L lowercase O-R-D. That's a Mashayach Yahawashi. Because the Most High ain't sitting on his own right hand, is he? Sit thou at my right hand. The Most High said unto my power, Mashayach Yahawashi. It was David's power. Sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. See? This is what he told him. And that's where he's at. Look, 1 Corinthians 15. That's when the end comes. Mashayach Yahawashi, Most High going to put all of Mashayach Yahawashi's enemies under his foot. That's what he's coming to do. He's going to take 1,000 years and put this place in order. Put this earth in order. Look, 1 Corinthians 15. And 25. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. See? So Mashayach Yahawashi gonna reign till he put all his enemies under his feet. And the Most High gonna cause it to happen. By some of Mashayach Yahawashi, as I said, it is written, it shall be done. So from there, we're going to look at, let's go back to King David, because he sung songs of praise, like it says in this second chapter of Ezra. The first thing you're going to do is when we see a Mashayach Yahawashi sing songs of praise. In fact, Psalms 47. Wow, that's in the spirit. Psalms 47:6. Psalms 47:6. Sing praises to the Most High while Mashayach Yahawashi. Sing praises to our King. Sing praises to the Most High, to Mashayach Yahawashi. By some Mashayach Yahawashi. For Mashayach Yahawashi is the King of all the earth. Sing ye praises with understanding. Mashayach Yahawashi reigneth over the heathen. Mashayach Yahawashi sitteth upon the throne of his holiness. Yes. You hear that? He reigneth over the heathen. He's going to sit upon the throne of his holiness, his righteousness. From there, get Psalm 74:12. For Mashayach Yahawashi is my King of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. See, that's why I go to Hebrews 13:8. Hebrews 13:8. Mashayach Yahawashi the same yesterday and today and forever. See? Same yesterday, the past, and today, the present, and forever, the future. Forever and ever and ever. The same. Psalm 89:18. Psalm 89:18. It's amazing how people have missed out on the Mashayach Yahawashi and not really seeing him. In the volume of the book, he says he come in the volume of the book. Psalm 89:18. For the Most High, what Mashayach Yahawashi is our defense, and the Holy One of Israel is our King. Mashayach Yahawashi. Psalm 96 and 98. Psalm 98 and 6. Mashayach Yahawashi is the King. Through the power and glory of the Most High. Psalm 98 and 6. With trumpets and sound of cornet, make a joyful noise before the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi the King. Say, the Most High's made him king. Psalms 149 and 2. Psalm 149 and 2. Mashayach Yahawashi hanging out with Micah, Allah ready to come back and set righteousness on this earth. The archangel of war. Psalms 149 and 2. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Be joyful in the Mashayach Yahawashi. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. That's what David is crying out and singing. For the Most High taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek, the humble, with salvation. So all you prideful suckers out there, Most High ain't gonna beautify you. He said he will beautify the meek with salvation. So you better learn how to be humble before the Most High. Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. My Lord Yah. See, Mashayach Yahawashi is king. He's going to reign in righteousness. And see, we as a people, 1/3 of us, we're going to fit right in with the righteousness that Mashayach Yahawashi is going to be reigning in when he tells you in Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people, your people, Most High, also shall be all righteous. See, they shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting. This is the Most High going to do this. The branch of the Most High planting. The work of my hands, that I may be glorified. You hear that? That he might be glorified. That's why he's going to be all in all, the Most High. But Mashayach Yahawashi is still our king, forever and ever and ever. Isaiah 43 and 15. Isaiah 43 and 15. Said, I am the Most High Mashayach Yahawashi, but the Mashayach Yahawashi, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King. See? Because when you look at Ephesians 3 and 9, This is why some probably say, well, that's only the Most High. No, it is the Most High and the Mashayach Yahawashi. Ephesians 3 and 9. That's why you can understand through the precepts. It says, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, meaning something that's unknown, which from the beginning of the world, the beginning of the world, from Genesis 1 and 1, in the beginning, that's the beginning of the world, which from the beginning of the world have been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Mashayach Yahawashi. See? So when you see these things, you gotta know the precepts to be able to bring it together so that it gotta make sense from the old to the new. Creator of Israel, your king. See? Mashayach Yahawashi, to the power of the Most High. Jeremiah 10 and 10. But the Most High, while Mashayach Yahawashi is the true power. He is the living power and an everlasting king. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide in his indignation. You hear that? The nations they shall not be able to abide in his indignation. Understand this. When you understand these prophecies, he coming to judge and make war. It tells you in the results of the nations not going to be able to abide in his indignation in 2nd Ezra 13, 9, 10. 2nd Ezra 13 and 9. This is when all the militaries get together to fight on Mashayach Yahawashi. That's the end result. Getting right to the point. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. This is Mashayach Yahawashi. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, this blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up.